No, I mean, like, Trump seems to be going all the way. I mean, he has put his name on it.
All sign the agreement here, which effectively, to their minds, ends the war in Gaza.
He has said it very publicly that, he's going to make sure that Netanyahu doesn't screw this up. There is some hope there, but then the bigger questions are not all unresolved.
Trump is also going to different countries. Recently, he was in Israel. He will be going to Malaysia also, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I heard but not confirmed.
I mean, Keluar Sekejap had a discussion about this, whether they should welcome Trump on Malaysian soil or not. And I think Khairi, he was suggesting that
kita play smart tapi kita jujur kepada prinsip kita. We have serious reservations about your support for Israel.
we should play diplomacy in this kind of case, because Trump is kind of like unpredictable in terms of the tariff. And already they are at the losing end when you compare the tariff that is put on Malaysia versus Vietnam, Cambodia. It's hard for them to compete. They have to play the diplomacy card when it comes to this.
Do you hear the difference? This is an ex-minister.
Yeah.
You ask an activist, you get a very different answer.
Yeah.
Of course lah.
Because the ex-minister knows this is how you play your game. Activists don't know. I mean, they will say what they think is right, but as the minister who, basically is in the halls of power, who understands how these things work, he will know. Don't piss the guy off. He got power over us.
Can bring much more negative impact.
I mean, like it or not, Trump is the most powerful guy on earth.
Oh God.
When you put it that way, you're right.
Like it or not, yeah.
You're right. Yeah. What is this? The Trump,
The
21
peace plan.
the peace plan.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, finally the ceasefire has finally come. I mean, did you sense that happiness when it was announced that
Overseas, yes. Yeah,
right,
not
that's
so
what
much,
I'm thinking. Did you sense any reaction here?
No.
Why?
No, because
people
it's been 2 years already.
No, but evidently when people want to be outraged, I mean, because don't forget, like the Fullerton stuff that happened after the peace plan, right? Clearly people still got appetite for this.
I mean, people are not celebrating per se. Like, I don't know about your circles, but my feed is more on people are unhappy with the
plan. Huh?
Yeah.
No. The way that the hostages are treated in Israeli prisons versus how Hamas took care of the hostages.
Right.
Because they were released, well-fed, bone structure, everything still intact, healthy.
Right.
And the Palestinians, when they were released, some of them look quite rabak, beaten up.
Correct.
And then some of them are, like have a disability in terms of walking, and then they share anecdotal evidence about how they were starved, they were tortured in prisons. So there was also a sizable amount of outrage,
Right.
with regards to. And also mainstream media use different terms. Like for the Israelis, it was hostage. But for the Palestinians, were detainees,
Prisoners and detainees,
which was not equal in terms of the
even
weight.
Al Jazeera kena, yeah?
Yeah, so I think I don't know. I don't know. It's the masses or whatever. But I think in my algo and the netizens were reacting like there's this double standard in terms of reporting. Yeah. So there's no overly over happiness in that sense. And also there was this particular famous Palestinian journalist who was killed by
There were many actually.
by this apparently IDF backed gang or whatever.
Okay.
I forgot his name. But he was celebrated. A lot of people in my circles follow his updates in Gaza.
Okay.
So he was
Killed in Gaza.
He was killed. He was killed, and that was big news.
Yeah, I mean, this was the deadliest conflict in modern time for journalists in particular.
Yeah.
I remember seeing like some
Medical
numbers.
professionals also.
Yeah. I mean, because they were just going ham lah. Basically, they didn't care about international law.
And also, Israel has a history of breaking ceasefire.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of commentary on YouTube, YouTubers especially, political YouTubers, mentioning that it's only a matter of time until the Israelis will break the ceasefire. So they're not celebrating it just as of yet, because they really want to wait and see whether you respect respect the ceasefire or not.
I think that's exactly the sentiment here, because many people don't believe that it's actually gonna hold through long enough. I don't think so. And I mean, as at current date, we know that Hamas has released, right?
I mean, the exchanges, everything done already.
No, but all the detainees in the prisons in
Because
Israel?
some were deported. they were sent to third countries.
Yeah.
So they're not allowed to return to Palestine.
Oh.
They were basically shipped off to another country. Because, so that's part of the whole controversy surrounding the terms, right? Because they don't use the word hostages for sure, but they use detainees and prisoners because hostages are just illegal under international law, no matter what the conflict.
Yeah.
So hostages are just illegal, which is why, in a sense, they don't want to attribute that to Israel. But when they say prisoners, because some of them were convicted prisoners, some of them were convicted criminals, but some of them were also very clearly just taken because of, after the whole 7 October shit lah. So that's kind of where like the things get a bit, because you got like hundreds of them. So some of them like
2,000.
Yeah, like so it's a huge number. So some of them genuine prisoners, but some of them also like very clearly taken for not good reasons.
And a large amount of them are actually children, bro.
So that's why the whole thing just gets very messed up. Like like you said, there's no trust. Because when the news first came out, also I was thinking like I was texting a friend from MFA actually. I was like, this shit's not gonna last. Like, I don't think this shit's gonna last.
Well, so what was this peace plan? Is it like this big wayang that Trump is doing, or
if you ask, depends on whether you're skeptical.
Feels like it. Yeah, I am skeptical. Or
if
whatever.
you're skeptical, it's one big fucking wayang.
Okay.
Because that's why actually when the plan was first announced, a lot of the pundits, the talking heads, they were saying like, oh, is this really going to work now? Because will Hamas even be willing to return the living hostages? Because the fact is, once they do that, there's almost no guarantee.
No leverage.
No leverage whatsoever left.
Right.
So what's going to stop Netanyahu from just bombing them the next day?
But he's already doing that. You think he gives a shit?
No, exactly lah. Like as in even before the peace plan.
Even the 7 October thing, there were reports of how many of the people who died died from friendly fire from their own side. There were multiple reports on.
Yeah. I've read about that as well. So like they have their own terms of engagement because I think that's under some kind of military doctrine of like don't let your own people be taken. So kill them first.
What is this peace plan again?
The peace plan basically is to say that like...
Quite ambiguous or what?
Yeah, it's very big. It's very ambiguous. The biggest questions like Palestinian statehood, who's going to be administering it now, like all these are still unresolved. So even though it's already in place and Trump already claiming victory, whatever, he just went to...
Yeah, he said something like they waited 3,000 years to do this and he was the one who did it, like what was that whole 3,000 years
I'm like
kind of thing?
So okay, so if you are Christian or Jewish, you will maybe understand the 3,000 year thing a little bit more because there's the significance is essentially the idea that like this land was promised to them like all those years ago lah, like, because like before Christianity was Judaism, right? And that was the land that.
So this is the 3,000 year thing.
Yeah, it's all that year BC lah, basically, right? So that's kind of where a lot of the symbolism is coming from. So I think that when Trump says this, he's basically appealing to his own local base, the local Christian base, because I hear this from also American commentators that there is a big chunk of American Christians who are in support of Israel because for their own religious reasons.
Their eschatology,
something like that. Eschatology, like end of the world kind of theology, basically. So, I think for Muslims, there's not really
the
as
Antichrist, coming of Christ,
something like that.
Second coming.
Correct. So, like the Muslims, I think don't really have this concept, but like
we have.
It doesn't feature as strong, especially not in the context of this conflict, right? Because it's about oppression. It's about the fact that before the modern state of Israel, there were people living there.
Yeah.
And they are being displaced, and as an ongoing thing for the past 70 plus years, that there is a whole problem of oppression there. So most of the things that I'm seeing from the Muslim side is coming from here, but there's also another world out there where it's religious concerns as well. So that's where the 3,000 years is coming from. And Trump, he just likes to jerk off. Like, you say what this is 9th war that he has ended. India, Pakistan also you want to take credit.
So there was an incident during the peace plan. Prabowo was caught on like a hot mic. He was asking for Eric to meet Eric. Why? Eric is the 19-year-old, right?
He's the I think son.
Do you know that recently he got dubbed the richest 19-year-old in history because of the crypto shit. So some analysts were mentioning how he got like some insider info because recently
the corrupt branch.
Recently Bitcoin dropped, right?
Yes.
Biggest crash in crypto market.
Yes.
left a lot of people burned through crypto. But half an hour before Trump actually announced the 100% tariff, which caused the crypto crash, there were mass movement of money from the crypto market that was taken out. So
there must have been some.
Some people.
Yeah,
The ones who didn't will have to pick up the pieces.
and some were saying it's also Eric is also part of this shit, you know.
I mean, Trump is corrupt. There's really very little doubt about this. You know, like, I mean, at least
This is crazy. If
yeah, but I mean, like, dude, the guy hosted a crypto dinner party, right? At the
he has
Wayang.
his own coin.
Yeah, I mean, like, the guy is just in it for the money. I mean, I don't think he's respectable in much way. But even because you know a lot of like mainstream news, they're not exactly fond of Trump.
Yes.
Right? Like, especially Western, as in European news outlets. Even they got no choice but to give Trump credit, because the fact is, at least in the context of the Gaza war,
he did do something.
he finally did something. Even though, so this is the biggest slap in the face, because apparently some commentators that are close to the deal, they were saying that this is the deal that was essentially on the table since last year.
Okay.
But it was just a pure matter of political will. Like, was America willing to exert enough pressure for Netanyahu to stop? And the answer back then was no. But this time round, finally, it was yes.
But why? Like, why the shift?
The Qatar fuck up.
What happened? Because they shot Qatar.
Yeah, they shot, and not just they shot Qatar and they failed.
Okay.
Trump likes winners. What? Remember when they hit Iran and it looks like Israel is winning, Trump will come in. He come in and let's do this. Let's go all the way. But because they tried to hit Qatar and they failed, right? Because the people that they failed to kill were back at the negotiating table for this peace plan.
Okay.
It was fucked up, right?
You mean what? They were targeting the negotiators?
Yeah, they were.
In Qatar?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, right?
So it's fucked up on many levels, because number one, you're negotiating with them.
Yeah.
But number two is also like, and this
On
is more
Qatar soil.
Exactly, on Qatar soil, which is a big,
sovereignty.
not just sovereignty, it's also an American partner. So you don't fuck with America's friends, right?
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are saying, like, because they fucked up Qatar, that's why Trump basically said, yeah, screw this, I'm like, enough. Because of that failed strike, a lot of things shifted. Like, the other Arab countries in the region also started to kind of think a little bit more, because that means that they really got no holds barred. Last time, at least, you can still close one eye and okay lah, you know, like Yemen, okay lah, Lebanon, okay lah.
Now it's Qatar. Could be Unix.
Exactly. But if they had succeeded, I'm pretty sure if they had succeeded, it'll be very different. Trump will be singing a very different tune right now. He doesn't like losers.
So what do you predict right now, moving forward?
No, I mean, like, Trump seems to be going all the way. I mean, he has put his name on it. He has said it very publicly that, you know, he's going to make sure that Netanyahu doesn't screw this up. He doesn't go back on his word. So there is some hope there. But then the problem is also the bigger questions are not all unresolved.
Apparently also there's a lot of plans for redevelopment and investment. And
Tony bloody Blair is supposedly coming back. What the fuck?
To supposedly like be together with Trump to rebuild Gaza.
Yeah, the peace committee or whatever the hell.
So Trump is also going to different countries. Recently he was in Israel.
He addressed the parliament,
He will be going to Malaysia also, right?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I heard, but not confirmed.
Not confirmed yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be
Imagine we
interesting.
go there and try and, like,
because they
interview.
I mean, Keluar Sekejap had a discussion about this, like whether they should welcome Trump on Malaysian soil or not. And I think Kyrie, I don't know whether I will misquote him or whatever.
Right.
He was suggesting that, you know, we should play diplomacy in this kind of case, because Trump is kind of like unpredictable in terms of the tariff. And already they are at the losing end when you compare the tariff that is put on Malaysia versus Vietnam, Cambodia, you know, it's hard for them to compete.
Correct.
So they have to play the diplomacy card when it comes to this.
Do you hear the difference? This is an ex-minister. You ask an activist, you get a very different answer.
Yeah.
Of course lah.
Correct.
Because the ex-minister knows this is how you play your game. Activists don't know. Activists just, I mean, they will say what they think is right, which is, you know, Trump's an asshole, we shouldn't welcome him, we should protest, whatever. But as the minister who, you know, basically is in the halls of power, who understands how these things work, he will know. Don't piss the guy off. He got power over us.
No, it's not about power over us. Don't piss the guy off. It can bring much more negative impact.
Exactly. He got power over them. I mean, like it or not, Trump is the most powerful guy on earth.
Oh God.
When you put it that way, you're right.
Like it or not,
That's fucked up.
And I mean, you have a toddler sitting at the most powerful position in the world. Like, that's kind of what's happening. Like, it's fucked. But You know, like if you push him in the right way, he can get shit done.
I think Minister Shan also kind of like credited Trump for the ceasefire, right?
Our government very fast come out in support. We support.
Well, I mean, ceasefire is better than nothing, right?
Definitely, that's my point.
The lead up to this ceasefire, like it came to a point where everybody was saying there's no turning back. The Gazans are dead.
I felt that at one point.
It was that bad. No, like the whole rhetoric. If you consume content overseas, everybody was saying it has come to a point where we do not expect the Palestinian people to bounce back from this already. It's over.
I thought that.
So that ceasefire was definitely much needed and welcomed.
Yes.
But there are people who are saying, okay, like they're just waiting for everybody to return and then come back and then start rebuilding. Then they're gonna bomb the whole place again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that negativity, I mean, I can't blame them, you know what I mean?
No, you can't blame them because the fact is, even though, so Netanyahu, as the Prime Minister, Netanyahu is saying, we agree, we will stop whatever, right? But his other ministers, the extremist ministers, Ben Gvir and whatever, they already very quickly came out and said, because remember as part of the hostage deal, the 20 living ones supposed to go back to Israel. Then the dead ones also supposed to be shipped back. But I think like they were supposed to ship back like 20 something dead ones, but they only managed to find 4. So they were already, as in those two ministers, were already trying to find excuses. See, they're not living up to the ceasefire plan. We have reached it. We should start firing again. So they are like, you are right. Like they are already trying to find excuses to go back. So which means the moment Trump's personal guarantee falls off the table or becomes a bit distracted, you can expect that something might happen again.
Yeah.
So we have to wait and see what will happen in the Middle East. Of course, if you're watching this and you like this content, don't forget to like and share and click the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We will see you on the next podcast only on planb.sg. Bye-bye.